A $200 bottle of Penelope in a fancy box. Is it worth it? Let's find out. Today's forecast is of the Penelope Estate Collection Founders Reserve 13-year-old Kentucky Straight Bourbon Whiskey. At 13 years old and 121.4 proof, this is the crown jewel of the 2025 Penelope Estate Collection, and the price tag says so as well, as this has an MSRP of $199.99. It comes in a fancy box, and the bottle itself draws some similarities to the Buffalo Trace NT collections. Some might even call it the MGP version of the BTAC lineup. Now, the mash bill checks in at 78% corn, 10% rye, and 12% malted barley, and this batch was aged in Char 3 heavy toast barrels. Now, what makes this interesting to me is a majority of Penelope's whiskey comes from MGP in Indiana, but right there on the bottle, this says it's a Kentucky Straight Bourbon Whiskey. And on their website, Penelope says that this is coming from Bardstown's Best, which makes me venture a guess that this is coming from Heaven Hill. We know the forecast, but will this bottle rain flavor? Let's find out. That smells incredible. That is a dark and sweet nose. I've got a lot of brown sugars, some dark fruits, some confectionery sugar, and even some sweet oak sugars. But the one random note that jumps out to me is one of those Easter chocolate Cadbury cream eggs. Weird, but trust me, I get it. The nose would certainly make me think that this could be Bourbon of the Year potential, but let's see how it tastes. Yeah, that's got Bourbon of the Year potential. Palate has more of those brown sugars, just like the nose, some of those dark fruits, even a slight hint of some nuttiness to it, but those chocolates and vanillas from the nose come through as well on the palate. It's got a very warm and oily mouthfeel with a slight sharpness to it on the back end, but that finish just keeps on going. You get a little bit of cinnamon, a little bit of that pepper, but that oak is very present, and the vanillas shine through on the back end as well. This is an excellent whiskey. In fact, this scores a 9.1 out of 10 on my lightning counter rating scale, which would tie it at the top for the best bourbon and whiskey so far here in 2025. As I mentioned at the top, this is the crown jewel of the Estate Collection, and it is supposed to set the tone for the rest of the series, and I think that this hits that mark fabulously. Very well done, Danny and Michael. Now, my question for you is, what bottle of the Estate Collection do you want to get your hands on? Drop that in the comment section below, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out on that next bourbon review. Cheers.